measured by you. By the way, the title of this talk is Programming Your Life for Success. 90% of being a winner, everything else being equal, is believing in yourself and having others trust you. Trust is hard to attain and easy to lose. Continue to believe in the work ethic. Remember, great men and women work while others sleep. Those of you who stayed up until 2 a.m. working on exposed papers or had 5:45 a.m. practices for swimming and running can relate to this, I'm sure. You've been willing to make a commitment and stick to it, regardless of what's happening with your peer group. When the going gets tough, we like to have someone we can trust to do the job, to give it their very best. Bobby Knight said, "Disciplined people will do what they have to do, when they have to do it, to the best of their ability, the same way every time." A man can fail many times, but he isn't a failure until he blames somebody else. Accept responsibility for your actions. Learn from your mistakes. A successful person turns anxiety into caution on the Cubs. If any of you have been following them lately. You must have a plan. You must have confidence. You must have emotional control. You must never see difficulties as insurmountable. See them as a challenge to help make you a stronger person. We have a living example right here on our staff, a great role model and football coach, Joe Patrica. He runs marathons all the time, lifts weights, gives 100% to his program. I'd like to quote a paragraph from a letter to his football team that he sent out just recently. "As for my illness, a rare cancer has required the removal of my voice box. Let me share with you some of my thoughts. There are two ways to deal with a loss, as a winner or as a loser. A loser would dwell on the why, as if someone could give the answer. A winner would dwell on how this loss can make him better. The loser gets frustrated and quits. The winner becomes a better competitor and overcomes the loss. Always remember your family, teachers, and friends. Keep in touch. Give them a big hug when you see them. And take time to call or write when you're apart. That's really important. Some of your parents are probably giving you the shirt off their back, and we've got a lot of grandparents out here that need those big hugs. This has been a very special graduating class. You have lived in the fast lane, sports, music, school plays, part-time jobs, homework. You've been well organized. You set goals for yourself. Keep up the good work. Continue to listen and learn. Continue to grow intellectually. Always take pride in your work. That's why it's important for you to have a job that you enjoy, that you can look forward to every day like I had this job here at Palatine High School. Each time one of you stands for an idea or acts to improve your own life or the lives of others, you will send out a tiny ripple of hope to those who may not dare to hope. In programming yourself for success, how you treat other people is top priority. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Young people, graduation means to have completed a course of study, but you never finish the challenges of life. The pursuit of success will require more than the pursuit of failure. As Shakespeare said in Julius Caesar, our fate is not written in the stars, it's in ourselves. See them as opportunities, not problems. Class of 1987, success cannot be achieved without hard work. There is no easy road. The greatest songs are yet to be composed. The greatest plays are yet to be written. Never yield your place in the sun. Stand up and say, I can, I shall, I will not retreat until I accomplish my goals. Michelangelo said inside of every piece of marble is an angel just dying to get out. Today, class of 87, you are coming out. I would like to close with 8 points taken from my good friend Joe Newt at York High School. I take about everything from somebody else. And an old Swedish proverb and a personal statement of my own. Some people in this world are self-centered, illogical, and unreasonable, but love them anyway. If you do good, some people will accuse you of self-motives, but do good anyway. If you're successful, you win false friends and some real enemies, but be successful anyway. The good you do will be forgotten tomorrow. but graduates do good anyway. Young people, honesty and frankness will make you vulnerable, but be honest anyway. Young people, many people favor the underdog, but they chum up to the top dog. You fight for the underdog anyway. Graduates, what you spend years building up can be destroyed overnight. Young people, build anyway. Graduates, sometimes you're going to give the world the best that you had, and you're going to get kicked in the face. But give your best anyway. Okay, now quoting an old Swedish proverb, fear less, hope more. Eat less, chew more. I wish I'd done that the last couple of days. Whine less, breathe more. Talk less, say more. Hate less, love more. And all good things will be yours. My personal statement is, my dad passed away 10 years ago this month. He was second in his graduating class at Oxford High School in Kentucky, in the bluegrass country of Kentucky. The old brick schoolhouse has been empty for many years, but the qualities he learned and lived by are still important today. Honesty, integrity, perseverance, and a good sense of humor. Closing, I dare you to be great. Godspeed in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Dr. Chapman, the students seated before us have completed the requirements necessary to participate in the 1987 commencement. The class has performed well and is led academically by 6 co-valedictorians and 1 salutatorian. At this time, I would like to call them forward to receive their awards. First, the salutatorian, Francis Joseph Parker. Francis? With perfect 4.0 averages. Lori Ann Adams. Lori? Peggy Ann Bachman. Andrea S. Cervenka. Suzanne M. Furlock. Andrew W. Lewin. Karen E. Weiss. Mrs. Countryman, Mrs. Kozol, Dr. Chapman, Mrs. Brookwell Miller, Mrs. Chapman, Mr. Milam, Mrs. Mosella, and I will assist in the presentation of diplomas. Will the ushers please bring the class forward?
Krista E. Zimmer, Paul B. Zipperich, Demetrios E. Simos, Kenneth P. Silver, Marie Nietzsche, Robert Ney, Michelle Neeswick, Keith J. Nielsen, Michael T. Nick, Laura L. Nielsen, Eleanor T. Nowacki, Wayne Naska, Jacqueline V. O'Hara, Richard O'Brien, Christy L. Olstrom, Michelle G. Oki, Yolanda B. Ortiz, Patricia L. Olson, Laura J. Ottenbacher, Diana E. Ostrowski, Jennifer A. Parsons,